Today I fucked up and now worms are crawling around in my butt. Warning: this is not safe for life. I probably would skip this story if I were not me, because it's that gross. But I am fully traumatized, so now I can gleefully spread the trauma around. And I mean, if I didn't use a throwaway for this one, I think I'd be stupid or crazy. 31-year-old female. I had started to notice my digestion, my body's own pride and joy, was no longer perfect. This has been going on for a month, maybe longer. I knew that something was up. I initially decided it was some kind of female issue or sexually transmitted thing because I had UTI-type symptoms. It happened to me before, so I thought my partner had given me some kind of infection again. Well, after 2 different telehealth visits, and rounds of antibiotics to treat what I thought I had, it would get under control for a couple days then come back in a rage. After weeks of this, last night I realized what it is. Turns out I have a parasite. AAAAAND. I guess at some point they get big enough where you can feel them crawling around in your butthole at night. Last night, once I horrifyingly realized that there were tiny wiggles in my butt, I looked it up and stayed up reading all about different parasitic worms. It's absolutely nightmarish. Last night was the longest night I have ever had, feeling them wriggling around, waiting for the pharmacy to open so I can get the dewormer medication. And now I have to wash every fabric and clean every surface in my apartment because the eggs can last up to 3 weeks. The eggs are microscopically small, and can be accidentally ingested and even inhaled. Now I want to set my butthole and my apartment and my whole life on fire. Too long did not read. I didn't go to the doctor, wrongly assumed my digestive issues were something else, and last night I stayed up feeling worms crawling around my butthole. Honestly, worms are so common. So many people get them, but it does feel embarrassing. My son picked them up and I got them. It felt so icky, but the pills are easy to get and work quickly. You will be okay XX. Most important thing is to do the follow-up worming treatment op, not just a once-off dose. This is a throwaway because my experience with these same parasites are a little more harrowing. Because the way I discovered I had them was when my boyfriend was doing butt stuff and then all of a sudden let out a harrowing scream. There were a few worms crawling on his private part. Biggest mood killer I could have ever imagined. Go lay out on a blanket in the sun. Then you can be a bird feeder. Well, at least you can use your behind for fishing. I genuinely want to see theological explanations of how a loving God can allow assworms. Today I fucked up by swimming around too many body fluids. I have always loved mermaids. I almost drowned off the coast of Myrtle Beach when I was younger because I, allegedly, was trying to find the underwater kingdom from Splash. Due to my obsession, I focused a large part of my youth on swimming. I go to my local YMCA very early in the mornings. I am so lucky that I live near such a great facility. The lap pool is huge and deep. The staff is amazing and very attentive. Sometimes I'll get there right when they are opening up the pool. If I go in early enough, I can have the pool all to myself. It's a perfect space for a mermaid imagination time. I swim with a monofin. They are like regular flippers but connected. These monofins come in a variety of styles, but the most basic ones look like a mermaid's fin. I also use those bulky snorkeling goggles. Your field of view is limited, but they don't fog up as quickly as the smaller ones. You can swim pretty fast using flippers, and with a monofin you can go even faster if your technique is solid. I could go pretty fast. Yesterday I was given a pair of amazing underwater headphones. This morning I was very excited to try them out, so I got to the pool earlier than usual. Interestingly, there were a few people waiting as well. It was a small group of friends. That was fine. I would just make sure to stay in my pool lane instead of going between them like I usually did. They were kind of loud and rowdy, but one of them did a cannonball. Cannonballs will always be awesome. I go about my business and test out the headphones. They were amazing. The sound quality was great, and the headstrap was comfortable. I wanted to test if they would stay on if I went fast or if I was in deeper water. So I was very focused on going as fast and deep as I can. Folks, I was zooming up and down the lane listening to music and in my own underwater universe. Until, I noticed a brown speck out of the corner of my eye. I turned my head back for what seemed like a second to get a better look. Then I looked up. The water was a hazy mess of brown and green. Chunks floated at the top. I knew immediately what they were. My mind could only form one thought: poop. My beautiful mermaid dream turned into a shitty nightmare. I swam to the nearest section of clear water and immediately hands started pulling me out of the water. Like angels sent from the heavens, the lifeguards saved me. One lifeguard was emptying water bottles over my head while another was wiping God knows what from my hair. I couldn't speak and my hands were shaking. "You're okay. You're okay," she said in a rushed whispered tone. I could feel my soul trying to tear itself from the soiled meat vessel I once called my body. After I calmed down, they explained that the group was partying from the night before. The trip to the YMCA was supposed to be the end of a fun night and a few people were intoxicated. One of the guys from the group was not feeling very well. Instead of being a responsible citizen, he swam. He couldn't get out of the pool and experienced a terrible bout of diarrhea. Due to the disgust of seeing a bunch of shit, another guy in the group threw up. The lifeguards were so focused on the two guys that they forgot about me for a bit. When they noticed me, they tried to get me out but couldn't get my attention. I was going too fast and I couldn't hear them. Long story short, they gave me a special body wash to use. They also gently banned me from using headphones while swimming until they find a better way to get my attention. My manager gave me the day off and I'm going to take 6 more showers today, but otherwise, I'm okay. Too long did not read. I swam with a monofin, bulky goggles, and quality underwater headphones. Someone shat in the pool and I did not notice until a while later. This is a shitpost. Underwater signs, flags at the end of lane. Certain colors mean certain things. Just have them plunge a long enough bright enough sign underwater if they need something, I suppose. Damn. I feel bad for your headphones. What brand are you using? I have tried different Taios but I get water inside eventually, which is not cool. Hope the staff eventually don't allow intoxicated people. That could end even more traumatic for everyone. Great story with a shitty ending. How were these people even allowed there? Aren't there rules against this sort of thing? Where I live, the only places near water that you don't get thrown out of with alcohol are beaches. Although if the police catches you, you will get fined, it's just that they rarely patrol there. The leaky moron is lucky he didn't drown. I read this and the "today I fucked up" is so disgusting. But I have such secondhand joy from reading about you swimming with your monofin in a calm underwater paradise. I'm so glad that you found something that brings you so much inner peace. Keep on swimmin'. Thank goodness you wear goggles, that could have been a very nasty infection.